Phoenix in 6.
Half the Bucks in the series.
You're delusional.
Your basketball card should be revoked.
I need to see more.
Yo! Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports Time. There's 89 there, so welcome back to the show. Today, guys, we're discussing the most disappointing NBA players so far this season, and there have been a lot of players that have not lived up to expectations in their earlier stage of this NBA season. And let's just get right into it with the obvious choice here in the Portland Trail Blazers point guard, Damian Lillard. Unfortunately, and I know we use poor as a very, very loose term. And, averaging around 18, 19 points per game and around 9 assists per game is something a above average point guard would do in this league in the NBA. But you see, we're not talking about just an ordinary average starting point guard. We're talking about a NBA first team, an all NBA first team selection who led the league in clutch points last season in Dame Lillard, Dame time. We're talking about that man right there. And the man that has no range at all appears to need to move closer to the basket for some reason. And point blank, Damian Lillard has never shot this bad in his career, and it's really a huge surprise. And put it into perspective, all of Dame's shooting percentages are a career low. That includes a career low field goal percentage, and at the time we're recording, it's 35.3%, which is nearly 10% worse than what he did last year. This also includes a 23.4% shooting percentage from beyond the arc, which is a career low by a vast amount. That is nearly a 17% drop from last year. His career low was 34.3%, which he shot in 2014-2015. And Damian Lillard has had a good run in Portland. And I'm not saying it's time for him to leave, because Dame is really one of the most loyal. He's one of the most loyalist guys, not just the loyalist players, but one of the most loyalist guys you will ever see across the sports platform. But I've been saying this for months. He can't carry this team by himself. Not saying CJ McCollum has not shown up this season, because this season CJ McCollum has been doing very well. Statistically, he's averaging around 20 points per game, and right now, he gets the leading scorer for the Trailblazers. And this isn't the same Damian Lillard we've seen in the league going into this season. He was the second best point guard in the league, only behind Stephen Curry. But right now, Dame is playing. It's not even playing like a top 20 player right now. And, Dame really has to figure something out soon. Very, very soon. And I know it's really early in the season, but if Dame is not on his A game, and I mean A game every single day, there's no possible way I could see the Portland Trailblazers even having a playing spot this season. And Dame's just a phenomenal player, and I wish him nothing but the best. And hope he gets out of the slump very, very soon, because the Trailblazers really need him as a leader and their best player. Moving on to the next most disappointing player so far this season, it has to go to Michael Porter Jr. And the Nuggets really jumped the gun when they paid Michael Porter Jr. with that massive contract. I believe it's a guaranteed $145.3 million extension that's worth up to $172 million. And right now, Michael Porter Jr. is really like a backup power forward. And at the time of recording, Michael Porter Jr. is averaging 9.9 points per game, going along with 6.6 rebounds, shooting 35.9% from the field, and a horrendous 8.8% from the three-point line. Again, I know it's really early in the season, around 15 games into the season. However, there was really a lot of hype around Michael Porter Jr. and talking about being a candidate for most improved player, possibly being an all-star this season, and being solidified as that third guy for this Nuggets team. And going into the season, I said the Nuggets were, I believe, either my third or fourth seed in the Western Conference. And considering the Jamal Murray injury, knowing that he's going to return the season eventually, we don't know a timetable for his return yet, I expected Michael Porter Jr. to perform way better than what he is now. And you have to live up to the expectations if he's going to get paid like a big-time NBA star. Because getting paid $145.3 million guaranteed. That's just for extension wise. And you're averaging 9.9 points per game now. You know, the Nuggets really have a question mark for Mike Porter Jr. Next up is De'Aaron Fox. And, it may come as a surprise to some because the Kings right now, they're doing the same Kings. They still have the losing record, but they're still, right now, according to the standings, quick overreaction, they're like the ninth seed in the West. So, I mean, you're winning games, but your best player is definitely not playing up to par. And De'Aaron Fox is coming off of a monster fourth season, and he averaged, I believe, last season 25.2 points per game and 7.2 assists, most shooting a career best 53.9% on twos and showcasing a great step back three. And it was worthy of monstrous expectations going into the season after just another season of the Kings missing the playoffs, and it's definitely not De'Aaron Fox's fault. This season, the questions surrounding De'Aaron Fox, the reason why I put De'Aaron Fox on this list was one, the atrocious shooting from mid-range and beyond the arc, and efficiency. I mean, right now, he's shooting 16.1% on threes, and the accuracy inside of the three-pointer, by more than 10% of his points, among 70% of players who have attempted 25 or more pull-up jumpers this season, his 31.4 effective field goal percentage ranks 67th. That's atrocious, De'Aaron. But De'Aaron Fox still needs to improve his decision-making on the attack. His mid-range shot selection is very, very iffy. It's okay, but it's not the best. His 12% turnover rate on drives is the fourth highest among everyone who's finished at least 50 of these plays. De'Aaron Fox really needs to get it together when it comes to both driving to the paint. We all know he's explosive, we all know he's speedy, but right now the Kings need him if they want to at least be in the consideration and make a push for the playing tournament. But as of now, De'Aaron Fox really needs to get it together. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, comment as well, and make sure that the post notification for every video and from the channel. Until anybody, this is first time, Dear's Aiden. I am Dear Sound. This is you later. Peace. Peace.